Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, today I have Luis Contreras on the line. He's a founder and CEO over at Yuan. Luis, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. So I'm getting kind of excited here. We're going to be talking about today a little bit about the Megamix Expo. For those that have been following this series, we've been talking about it quite a bit because I'm getting excited. It's coming up in March. It's going to be in the 12th and 13th of March, and it's going to be at the Santa Anita Park in Arcadia, California. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, definitely go to megamixexpo.com and meet us out there. And Luis is going to be one of the vendors out there. And correct me if I'm wrong, Luis, Yuan, so your company, it's actually going to be the app that people use when they're there. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I've been talking with Tony. Tony was telling me about the Megamix Expo. We actually met through a mutual friend, and they were saying, you know what, there's this big expo that can really benefit from what you're building. And one of the biggest things that we enjoy is that when I thought about this project, it was so that we could help small businesses and that we could help people that are just trying to throw events, help people connect. And I think that's what the Megamix Expo does to a full extent. So we're just there to kind of enhance that experience.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about how you got started as an entrepreneur. Is this your first entrepreneurial endeavor, or like have you launched other companies in the past? Like how did you get started?
This is my first venture. I actually come from a Fortune 500 background. I started in the automobile industry, working for companies like Sonic, and then working for companies like Penske Automotive, huge groups, which really kind of prepped me into process building. You take over companies and make sure that, these processes are in place to have the profit in line. And then it's all about relationship building. So when I had this idea for Yuan, it mainly was because I saw a big disconnect in regards to how people meet in person. And, my whole corporate background has always been looking at the bigger necessities. And I think that one of the reasons that people are so comfortable when they go to networking events, singles, mixers, things like that, is because you know that you have permission to come up to the people. And, when I thought about Yuan, that's what I was kind of solving.
So talk a little bit more about the app and exactly what it does, please.
So for the event space of it, we're really excited. The way that we look at it is that Yuan helps you connect before, during, and after every event. Before, we have social media platforms similar to what you see with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We could post videos. So you can see people that are going to be attending, all the people that are attending, posting about their companies, get to know them there. During the event, we actually help with augmented reality. We kind of guide the whole experience. Then you know what vendors and where exactly to find them. A lot of the times when you're a vendor at one of these big convention centers, there's people that want to go to see you. And sometimes because, it's a big space, they don't get to see you necessarily. You might miss that opportunity. So we use augmented reality to let you know exactly where vendors are. But there's also things that as somebody who's just visiting that you didn't know that it was there at that particular place. So give you a chance to kind of really get an overview of everything. So we're excited about that. But then there's people that are there to network, right? They're there to catapult their business, and those connections are valuable. So we have, the way that we see it, we use your phone like an augmented name badge, right? But we actually don't put your name. It's just the industry you work in. How helpful is it to be able to know exactly who's there to make a connection, right? So now we open that space to anybody who doesn't, you don't need to have a host. You don't need to have a particular area. Any space makes a great space for connection. And there's people that all you have to do is just turn on your status and let them know, hey, look, I'm here to meet other people. And you make those connections in person, because there's nothing that, as much as we love the digital connection, there's nothing that's better than that in-person connection. So we just help that little link, right? How much easier would it be to approach somebody for business if you know that that's what they were there for? So once that event's over, then we put all those people into a networking team. Similar to LinkedIn, but you know that all these people are people that attended this event that you connect with after. And that's when it comes to connections that you never know. It might happen at the beginning, it might happen during or after, but you just want the most possibilities possible. And that's why we're excited to work with the Megamix Expo, because we know that even right now, I don't know if Tony told you, but they're having these networking events every Wednesday.
I saw a picture one. I was like, man, I'm in Las Vegas right now. I'm looking at the Bellagio right now in Aria, but I'm like, man, I saw that picture. I was like, if I was in town, I'd be at that event. They look cool.
It's very cool, man, and it's great because people that are going there, they're getting to know this community that Tony's building, and those connections that we see, we're there showing them how to post on our social media page through Yuan, so that people could get acquainted with their story because that's what's the most powerful. And U1 allows you to just kind of like share that and be a part of that community in a different way because these are people that are actively looking to connect. It's different than when you're kind of just scrolling, right? You see so many people on LinkedIn, they don't even know if they use their profile or so whatever, but how much better would it be if you go to you're at the Bellagio. How much business gets done at one of those steakhouses? Right? People go down there, they meet, they're having drinks. That's a lot harder, right? You have to go up to the person. But what if it didn't have to be? What if you knew that people were going to be there to network and you can, in your camera with your phone, you see who's part of the event and you guys go up to each other and talk business, right? It's a simple way to use what we already have in our hand. But when is the last time that your phone helped you connect with the person standing in front of you? It doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to do.
Yeah, what I like about this too is that you get to kind of accept and figure out like who you want to connect with, right? So for inbound, I mean, a lot of times you might be looking for a vendor, you might be looking for this, you might be looking for that. So it's kind of like matchmaking to let people as well, like that are possibly even in the same geography, right? I mean, in this case, I know Megamix Expo is going to be there'll be people in there from all over the place. I know it's going to be a very heavy California crowd based on the location. So that being said, like to be able to find like other resources and things you want, right?
Yeah, actually, that's funny you say matchmaking. Our app primarily started with just a dating aspect, doing the same thing. Going to a Rams game, Dodgers game, going to a big
Why does all the of course, guys got to think about that. We're like, we got to make an app to meet more girls.
No,
but listen, spirit. We got to solve problems, Louis. That's what we're doing here. No.
Hey, you is about the human connection, and in every aspect of that, people like we live in a world right now where you could have 50,000 followers on your Instagram account. In real life, you only have one. And people are looking for that human connection, and that's what we created. A way for you to be able to be in the same space with people looking for the same thing, and U1 is that missing link. And we're an event app, right? Whatever the event's going to be, who knows? Whether that's going to be a Comic-Con, a singles mixer, or a networking event. But there's a platform to help you, find people with like-minded goals in the same room, right? Because what if that person that, and everybody's always saying, oh man, I want to meet organically. It's so hard nowadays. Think about people go to the coffee shop and put a mobile order. Starbucks just said there's no more just sitting around. You want to order groceries now, right? Instacart. People don't have that common space, right? But everybody wants that organic connection. Let's bring it back to old-fashioned, but a little nudge of technology.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great story. I can't wait to use the app. Do you know when it's going to be live for the convention? Is it already live for the networking part? And I just don't know. I could be out of the mix. I've been traveling a bit.
Yeah, so for U1 is already live on the App Store. The networking part of it, we're continuing to have that as we get closer to the event. But the social media networking part of it's already there. So that you're already going to see people posting, and we're actually going to these events and starting to give people stories. And I'm going to be, onboarding these companies and these individuals that just want to network with other people as an attempt. So yeah, we're working with our 20 team, getting that ready to really showcase what we can do right as we lead up to the event.
That's awesome, man. It's a great story. Louis, man, this has been a lot of fun having you on the show today. How do people get involved? How do they, even over and above, for Megamix Expo, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm sure this is going to be in some of the marketing and other things that they're doing, but you mentioned for that the social media parts are already live and it's on the App Store. How do people get involved? How do they download? Give us some of that.
Yeah, so uonapp.com. uonapp.com, uonapp.com. You can go on the website there, look at all of our socials. UON on the App Store. You'll find us 10 selection down right under Uno, the card game. And we're on the Play Store and we're on the App Store. And you can download it now, look for events in your area, create your own events. We are all that event app, and reach out to us on our social. We're active there, looking to build our community and help people that want to connect in person.
Fantastic. And for everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put the links in the show notes so that you can just click on it and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way on your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Louis, man, appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, and I'm going to see you at the Megamix Expo, and I'm going to see you on the U1 app. So, man, I'm going to see you soon. So, again, and for the audience, don't forget, go to megamixexpo.com and grab your tickets. We'll see you there as well.